Doctor, these images are just unbearable. They really are. And you were there for 4 weeks. You recognise some of these children.
Yeah, I'm. It's difficult to respond because some of those children I was with last week, Huda, that girl, little boy Omar, I was with them. I was talking to his aunt who was looking after him. I saw them several times when I visited the paediatric intensive care unit. Very, very distressing seeing those scenes. Just
talk us through what we're hearing from Israeli officials when they say they don't identify famine. What have you seen?
Famine. I mean, I've seen profound malnutrition. This is my third visit to Gaza since October the 7th, 2023. On my previous visits, I've called this out. When I've got back, I said, listen, there is severe malnutrition there. It's going to get worse. It is appalling now. I've seen many people die of malnutrition. I saw those children. I saw children who then died. And there is virtually no feed being allowed in for them. That story about the American doctor talking about the formula feeds being refused entry is true. I met several doctors who had formula feed cartons of them in their luggage. They were all confiscated by the Israeli border guards, specifically those. Nothing else confiscated, just the formula feed. And there are babies dying. There were 4 premature babies who died in the first 2 weeks when I was in Gaza, in Nasser Hospital. And there'll be many, many more deaths unless the Israelis allow proper food to get in there. One anaesthetist I know, in between operations, was going to the food distribution points to get food for his family and witnessing the horrors there, witnessing the young teenage males being shot by the Israeli soldiers and seeing how chaotic that food distribution system is.
Well, it's been described by the UN and others as a death trap. Those who have been there have described the situation there where, the soldiers are opening fire on the civilians queuing up.
And I operate on many of those children. I saw young teenage boys, sometimes as young as 11, 12, 13, who had been shot at these food distribution points. They had gone there to get food for their starving families, and they were being shot. And I operate on many of them. One 12-year-old boy died on the operating table when we were operating because his injuries were so severe. And what was even more distressing was the pattern of injuries that we saw, the clustering of injuries to particular body parts on certain days. So one day they'd be coming in predominantly with gunshot wounds to the head or the neck, another day to the chest, another day to the abdomen. 12 days ago, 4 young teenagers